It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw is Wentz. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, 57. Mike's 50. Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Hey, Mike's 50. Pick it up. Hey, rock it. All right, here we go. Let's go.
So after the INT, it's Manning. And it'll be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cooper was the target there. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well, and he would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the All-Pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way. 5 players named to the All-Pro selection. Of course, leading the way for them, the quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Yes, and rightly so. And I fully expect him to be named the MVP when we get to NFL honors right before the Super Bowl.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, obviously, that is declined, and the result is a safety.
And what a momentum play that is, right? You never want to see a safety wiped out. You get the points, and you're going to get the ball back.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Now Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
To throw again on second down. Manning. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, it's Manning. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Throwing is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Check Mike. Where's 5-7? Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Watch the slats. Hey, Echo.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Caught here by Bell. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be fourth down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check.
Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. And Ingram holds it in. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 50. Here we go, G. Hey, Delta.
Throwing now is Wentz. That's complete. It's Bell. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. From midfield, here's Wentz. Open man has got one. It's complete. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
And Manning intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
All day, dog. Ready?
Throwing again. Manning. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Manning. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jackson to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Manning now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Mike 50, Mike 50. No game on this defense, no game.
They do go for it. It's Manning. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. On 1st down, Peyton, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go 1-1.
On 2nd and 11 now. Manning, he's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Manning. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, Manning being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Operating from the gun, Manning. And he's going to lose yardage here as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Bravo! Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50. Mike 2 jet. Switch up.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, that's...
Corky, 82, Corky. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey,
high 7.
Wentz will try again on second down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Deshaun Jackson, 77 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former Raider great, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, echo.
Throwing now is Manning. And now here is another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
and they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Alert. Mike's 50. Get it.
Now Manning to try again after the pick six. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the pressure gets to him again. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Go. 120.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Kill.
Mike 50. Mike 50. Time to go. Night. 50.
Wentz now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Shotgun now for Wentz. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And an alley to run. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. And he can't get away. Manning goes down, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And an alley to run.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles.